All right, hello and welcome everyone. Thanks for being here with Esports Ohio tonight, and thanks for being part of Esports Ohio. This does not work without the dedication from each and every single one of you. So I can't say enough thanks to all the coaches, the parents, the students that make this possible. This didn't exist when I was in high school, and I'm so excited and proud of what we've built over the last 3 years in Ohio. I'm Nick Ryder, president and founder of Esports Ohio. We started back in 2018 with a 16 school pilot, and here we are with over 200 schools that have showed interest in signing up for this spring season. So we're going to stick to the agenda. We're going to power through, and it's going to be an amazing night tonight. We've got some very cool people here with us that we're going to talk about some educational opportunities as well as competitive opportunities tonight. So super excited. As you can see, we'll be looking at the chat tonight. Coach Gabers is on it, so if you have questions as we're going through some things, check them out in there. We're going to fly through some information, and then we're going to hang out in our Discord afterwards to get all of your questions answered. Coach Rackley said he would be there till like 3 in the morning since he's a new dad, and he'll be up anyways. So without further ado, here, let's get into the meat and potatoes of the Spring 2022 Coaches Meeting. So here we go. The agenda for tonight is we're going to give you all the updates that we've got going on this spring. We're going to talk to the season overview and schedule. We're going to look at that 7-step eligibility checklist that has been getting everybody ready for the season. We're going to talk about Discord communication, how we use that in our community, scrimmaging procedures for next week, match procedures for the following week, and then some tips and tricks to make sure that your esports program is going to be super successful. And then we'll talk a little bit about our partners this year that make Esports Ohio free for all of us, as well as some curriculum opportunities. We're super excited for the curriculum opportunities that we have as we develop these competitive programs out over the state. We've worked with NASIF to create some curriculum, and now we have another partner bringing opportunities through some exciting things we're going to talk about tonight. So, same old, and awesome same old. Esports Ohio is still completely free for everyone. It's free for schools, it's free for students, powered by volunteers like myself, Coach Rackley, Gabers, Stringer, everybody, Karana, Dorman. I mean, we have so many wonderful people that make this organization work. It's insane. It's awesome. And we're completely funded by sponsors. The Ohio Army National Guard is our premier sponsor for the spring season to make all of this free for everyone. So super appreciative to them. We'll talk about them coming out to your schools with their banners. They have sweet banners for all of our school districts this year as well. So what are the numbers from fall? If we look back at the beginning of the year, fall is always a tricky season to get started. I know not all schools are quite ready for that. Onboarding kids when they're fresh in the school and trying to get people in September ready to compete, but we still had 42 high schools that did it. We have 280 that reached out to us, said they're building programs for this spring. So it'll be interesting to see what the numbers look like at close of registration tomorrow. 467 teams were registered and 2,700 kids. And now these are just the competitors, by the way. These aren't the people doing the extra scholastic stuff. These aren't your streamers. These aren't your support staff, social media moguls, the people helping in your labs. Those are people who actually competed in titles, which is crazy. So looking at some of the new things we've got this year, you saw them in the promo video as we got started. We have 2 new titles we're super excited about. More inclusivity for all of our kids. We've got a mobile title now, a Clash Royale. It's a team of 5, and they play 1v1 best of 3. It's structured very similar to the way we play Super Smash Bros. So we're super excited about Clash Royale. It is our first mobile title. It's played on cell phones. So we're excited to see how that goes in the pilot. We know not everybody has a high-level gaming PC, but we do know that kids have access to cell phones. And we also know they have access to Chromebooks, which brings us to chess. And no, we're not trying to stomp on any of the chess players that play on the regular tabletop games. We love chess, and chess.com makes it such an easy lift. And you know what? It's our first Chromebook title. Every student has access to a Chromebook in some capacity. Every school district has access to Chromebooks. So we're super excited to see chess happen. It's structured very similar to Clash and Smash. It's a team of 5. It's 1v1 best of 3. So we're super excited to see chess and Clash come in to open the doors for schools that might not have the equipment and provide opportunities in competitive esports through chess and Clash. Now, along with our 2 new changes, we also have a report that we've talked about several times. Unfortunately, Riot's community guidelines have been doubled down on or have not been changed for this season. We cannot run the league officially as a governing body. So we will not be sanctioning play for League of Legends this season until those guidelines are changed, unfortunately. Ohio coaches have stepped up. They're going to do scrims and things within the community guidelines to where we can still have a route for students to have, you know, opportunities to compete in league, but it just won't be through Esports Ohio. We can't take that risk, and unfortunately, Riot has not listened to our pleas to keep an inclusive and open arena for scholastic competition. So unfortunately, we do have to stop that at this time until they either change their tune or we can secure a scholastic license for that. So sorry about the league. That's the way the cookie crumbles. We've talked about it extensively. Fortnite changes. Box Wars remains the same. Fortnite is going through some restructuring at Epic with their spectator codes. We were hopeful to get a custom license for drops this year. That has not. The timeline is not working out with our season timeline this year. So the cool thing is we have a Fortnite creative map that was created by a student at Akron STEM High School that we've been playing on for the past 2 seasons, and he is doing a fantastic job. Satara, he is awesome. He created this custom Zone Wars map. We're going to continue the play style as we have. This will be our last season of Box Wars. We will be pivoting into a full Battle Royale mode. We're working with Kenny from Scholastic at Epic to make sure that we have those codes in the future, and we'll be running some test tournaments here this spring as well for that. So very cool opportunity to do that, to continue on, and it's going to be a great tournament as well as it always is. Now Valorant changes. You asked, we delivered. Valorant will be changing to a 2-game series during the regular season. We also know that Valorant can go to a very long match sometimes if you keep splitting till the end. So we will not be doing a tiebreaker for that third set. You will be playing out a 2-game series, and you will keep those round differentials in case of a tie. So the screenshots are optional at this point, but we highly encourage that you use screenshots. Please use screenshots if possible. So Valorant is definitely, going to help get more play this year with 2-game series. So we're looking forward to that. The most exciting probably addition that we have is our open leagues. And I'm actually going to let Coach Rackley talk about open leagues if he is here. And if he's having some mic issues, I'll cover. Open league seasons, they are going to be
Are we in?
awesome.
Are we
Yep,
good?
I hear you.
All right, there we go.
Oh,
Good
sorry, I
now.
must have had his mic muted.
No, things in. Sorry, baby brain. Anyway, very glad to have all of you here with us. Appreciate you being here. So, open leagues. Bottom line, we've had lots of discussion from coaches and players and all these other different things about, where are we going to go with various games and all these other things. And we've also had a lot of different groups around Ohio reach out and they want to be a part of Esports Ohio. We've had online schools, we've had libraries, we've had YMCA's, we've had uh, big brothers, big sisters, all of these particular places want a place to play that's safe, that's, same kind of kids, all that kind of stuff. So we came up with this concept about a year and a half ago, and we just didn't know exactly how we were going to implement it. And then UGC came along, and it's much, much easier to do. So what are they? Open leagues are open to any school and any organization that serves high school students. You can have as many teams in here as you want. It is a Swiss style version of play. What does that mean? Well, you're going to play a match and then you're going to play another match. And then based upon how well you do in those matches, let's say you go 1-1, you go 2-0, it's going to start putting you with other 2-0 teams, other 1-1 teams, other 0-1 teams, 0-2 teams, so that you can get your kids to play teams that are of similar level like yours. The other thing that this does for us, which is great, is it gives us another play option. With some games that we don't have a lot of teams in that game or at that level, so it ends up being that your regular season schedule pretty mild. Also, pretty mild as well as it's not a very big schedule. So this allows you to have yet another time to play another match. You could have your club team in this. You could also have your varsity. It's also a complete play options. So we know a lot of schools are still under COVID regulations. They're still under a lot of that kind of stuff. You can play in this league completely remote if you want. We do not have any stipulations on that whatsoever. The rules are a little bit more strict in terms of drops and things like that, but this is a complete remote play option. The coach must be in, like all of our remote play guidelines, but that's it. We also are piloting some new rule sets. One of the new rule sets that's come out of our committee for Smash Bros is this idea of me fighters and things like that. Rather than drop that into a league or a tournament that hasn't been tested yet, this is where we'll test it, and we'll see how good this works. So if you have kids that want to play Smash, but maybe they can't play on a Wednesday, this is where they can play on a Thursday. This is where you can, if you have those teams, and you're like, I've got 6 varsity and I've got about 3 JV. You know what I would do? It's what I'm doing with my kids. I'm going to have my Valorant varsity play on Thursday, and then I've got 3 kids that are about club level. I'm going to mix them in with my varsity on Monday. That way, I don't have to have 2 separate, complete different teams, and I can start getting my lower players to play with my upper players in a particular league that's going to eventually level out where they're playing similar skill levels, so they're not always getting trounced. If you have no idea where your kids fall, if you think club's too low or varsity's too high, this is a good opportunity for you to figure out where do they fall, have them play in this particular league. Another big thing that we got from a lot of kids were, hey, we don't mind playing schools around us, but we want to play other schools across the state. This one will allow them to do that. There are no conferences in here. There are no regionals in here. So that will allow them to play other schools across the state. Last but not least, we have pushed back signups for this particular league, these leagues, one more week. So if you are struggling to get some paperwork or whatever the case may be, and you want just a nice, easy introduction to league play, that's what these are all about. Again, you could have multiple teams in these leagues. We highly recommend that you do take advantage of this. We will have guaranteed postseason online tournament and maybe tournaments, depending on how many teams we have in there. So we could run them all through UGC so you can actually play similar skill leveled opponents in a tournament postseason. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Ping me. We really like this. We really think this is going to be a great opportunity for a lot of programs, especially if you have very limited lab space, or if you are trying to judge caliber, or you just want more play opportunities for your players. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Rackley. Really appreciate that. So, in a nutshell, open leagues are an additional play opportunity for schools. You can compete in both. It is a day later than your traditional play. So, Valorant's played on Thursdays, it gets pushed to Mondays. And Fortnite is Mondays, gets pushed to Tuesdays, so on and so forth. And a couple questions I saw in chat. The top link in the top right corner is for this presentation, and the bottom link is for the attendance survey that is required for this mandatory meeting. So make sure you fill that out at some point during this presentation. So a couple more changes we have. In order to be considered a varsity title for Esports Ohio, it has to be piloted as club level for 1 season. So like this year, our 2 new titles for spring are Clash Royale and Chess. So those are club level for all schools. If we find that we have grown to a minimum of 16 participating high schools by the fall of next year, it will become a varsity title, as long as it's approved by the committee and it meets these 2 requirements. Minimum participation. Now that we have a ton of titles that we're offering, like over 10 between middle school and high school, we can't field a bracket of at least 6. We have to change or combine some of those levels of competition. So for example, if there's less than 6 teams in JV and less than 6 teams in club, or vice versa, we will combine those 2 levels of play into 1. We have to have at least 6 to field a bracket to make it worthwhile and make sure everyone has a full schedule. On the flip side of that, if we can't form at least 4 teams for any specific title, there will be no competition in that title. We did have that happen one time with Hearthstone about a year ago. So it does happen from time to time, but we like to gauge the interest and levels of all of our schools and what they're interested in. So roster locks. If you don't know about this, this was changed in the fall. I think it was awesome. It gives us the ability to have a required number of students to compete in each title by Friday, 325, which is actually the what is that? The third week of competition. So you can still actually sign up kids to play up into that point. So you can add students to your roster, and that really helps with being able to, pad those rosters. So the last thing you want to do is sign up a team, have 3 people quit, and then forfeit 3 of your matches. If you do that, you might get sanctioned by the Esports Ohio League, and that means that you'll be on probation for the following school year. We don't want forfeits. We don't want a bad experience for the schools that are competing. We want to make sure that everyone takes it serious, that it is a commitment, and that we require you to complete all your matches. So the threshold for that is forfeiting 3 of your 7 weekly matches. So if you forfeit 3, you could be eligible for sanctioning. So just make sure that you pad those rosters with extra players. Get substitutes. We recommend at least 2 for each title that you register in. So, middle school. I'm actually going to introduce our middle school guru. He has been awesome, Chris McClellan. He's been taking on a lot. So, go ahead, Coach McClellan. Tell them all about middle school.
Uh, you guys hear me okay?
Yep, sound great.
Okay. All right, good. This year we are piloting 5 new games actually. So as you can see in the slide here, we have Mario Kart 8 and Clash Royale on Mondays, and Tuesdays Pokemon Unite and Rocket League. And Wednesdays we have chess and Knockout City, and Thursdays we still have Smash Brothers. We have changed a small thing on Smash and Rocket League. Now we are in uniform with the high school. We now have varsity, junior varsity, and 2 club teams. You cannot have a junior varsity team without having a varsity team. So make sure when you guys sign up with your teams that you have that all set up. Another beautiful thing is we have partnered with Velen Studios, the creators of Knockout City, and they have graciously donated game keys for the game. So if your school is looking to start a Knockout City team, please let me know. We can get you some CD keys and get you all set up. If there's anything else you need, just ping me on Discord. I check it the second before I go to bed and the second I wake up. So whatever you guys need, let me know. Thank you very much, Coach.
Hey, thanks, Coach McClellan. He's doing amazing things. We've got a complete league now for grades 4 through 8 middle school, ages 9 through 13. So we are all the way down to 4th grade through 12th grade. We're one of the few organizations in the country that I know of that serves that many people now. So super excited to grow that out and build your programs and create more opportunities for kids. ESO committees and moderators, we're always looking for help. This is a grassroots community. That's how it started. We're not quite, we're still grassroots, but we've grown much bigger and have much more roles that need to be done. So Rackley is going to talk about some committee role openings at the end that he's got. We're always looking for more people in some of these things. You can scratch League of Legends off there, but we still need help in some of the other titles, Fortnite, Smite, streaming, casting, production. We'd like to have games of the week done, but we are still soliciting partners for streaming. We love to have student casters call those. So if you have people that aren't necessarily competing in the games that want to do production with ESO, we would love to have them. Remote play guidelines. This is a big hot topic. They are no longer in effect for the varsity leagues. So open play accommodates remote play guidelines. So if schools for some reason don't have the equipment or having issues getting funding to get started, they are more than welcome to compete in the open league competitions with the community groups and so on and so forth. But when it comes to our varsity competition, our league play that's sanctioned at the high school level, to where we have lands and regionals and in-person play, we are requiring you to be in person unless you have a COVID exemption. So if a player is quarantined, if a team is quarantined, if you can prove that or provide written consent from a building administrator, that is still in effect. But remote guidelines, you can no longer play remotely in the actual varsity league, only in the open play, which is a good move. We're able to get back to land play. So the next couple of things are just reminders. So always remember you're required to be present and active in our Discord. If you have not joined our Discord yet, you are behind. You need to get in our Discord. You need to be tagged as a coach. you need to make sure you go to the coaches channel and check it out. We are big enough now to where we've regionalized. We've got a Northwest, a Northeast, a Central Southeast, and a Southwest. You'll be able to scrim and communicate with schools that are near you. You'll be able to set up site visits or have in-person land play if you can accommodate that at your school district. We'd like to build this up to where you can host tournaments as your own school, just like track meets. So you can host a meet and you can invite some area schools to come play some of your matches in person. That would definitely be pretty cool in the future. So just remember, you have to be in Discord. You have to be checking it often. That is how we communicate. That is how we get our information to you. Still required. All matches have to begin on those hard start times. If you're not there by 4:15, it's an automatic forfeit if there's no communication by that time. So we hold firm to these beliefs. We've tried flex scheduling. It just doesn't work. If esports is not a priority, just like any other sport or any other school activity, it's not going to work. So just keep that in mind. Disconnection rule, we'll skip over that because we're done with remote play for the most part. Remember, live streaming can't be used for competitive advantage. Most of the games have that built in now. Season updates, the no coaching rule is still canceled indefinitely. So if you want to coach your kids during a match, we'd like that. Anything that helps building a stronger coaching presence, more interaction with the kids, that is fine. We are encouraging it. So if you're a supersonic legend in Rocket League and you can carry your team through communication, good for you. So our high school match days, they're pretty much the same. Fortnite and Clash are on Mondays. Overwatch and Chess are on Tuesdays. Wednesdays are Rocket League and Smash. And Thursdays are Valorant and Smite. Now those are the regular days. Open League match days, Mondays are Valorant, Tuesdays are Fortnite, Wednesdays are Overwatch, and Thursdays are Rocket League and Smash. So that gives you an opportunity to play twice a week if you have a competitive team that wants to get double the competition in a week. Middle school match days, like Coach McClellan said, Mario Kart and Clash are on Mondays, Pokemon Unite and Rocket League are on Tuesdays, Wednesdays are Chess and Knockout City, and Thursdays are Smash. Now, we've changed a little bit about where the Play of the Week submissions will go this season. Sorry about the text up there. I have to change my font. But it's in the community hub of UGC. All you have to do is find the highlights tab underneath the community hub, and you can submit your Twitch clip right in there. Just put the URL in, it'll be submitted, and you'll be up to receive a shout out on social media and earn a prize pack for your school based on your clip of the week. Here's our spring schedule in a nutshell. We are closing in. You are already too deep. You're in the second one now. We're having our virtual meeting right now at 7. If you have a coach that can't see this, make sure they get the on-demand presentation afterwards. And then our deadline for signups is tomorrow at midnight. So that way Coach Rackley, Coach Maliette, and some of our scheduling committee can blast this out and have your entire 7-week schedule done by next week. So if everything goes according to play, or goes according to plan, and you get all your stuff in on time, we'll have the entire schedule done next week, and you'll be able to see everybody you play for the entire season, which will be sweet. We're going to split you up in regions, get regional play. You'll know the schools you're competing against. It's awesome. Next week, then the 28th would be preseason competition week, where you use our Discord to kind of solicit scrims, and we'll show you how to do that here in a second if you don't know. And you'll compete against schools at your prerogative, basically. So who you want to play against, that's who you can schedule a scrimmage against. It can be anybody at any level. This preseason scrimmage week is basically to make sure your equipment is ready to rock, that you're not going to have firewall issues with anything, and we do not need those results reported. It's to make sure that you're ready to go, and it's kind of your last dry run before it's the real deal. That starts on 3/7. Scrimmages, we say they are required to ensure that you can participate, but if you don't complete them, we're not policing that. I won't advertise that, I guess, but we're not policing that you're completing those. But if you show up on week 1 and you're like, oh, the firewall doesn't work, my equipment, then you're going to forfeit that match. Just keep that in mind. March 7th begins regular play. We play a 7-week season. keep mindful that the 21st is that 3-week roster lock. At that point, you cannot add anyone to your rosters. And then we have a makeup week because we know it's spring season. We have a bunch of spring breaks. So remember, if you are out for spring break, please let your opponents know far ahead of time if you need to reschedule. Reschedules are only allowed if you give at least 24 hours notice. So if you give someone 24 hours notice, they can say yes to that reschedule, and you can move that to the makeup week 425 or anytime that it works in your schedule. Then that moves into our regional land play. We're super excited. We're going to do regionals again. If you were part of the fall regionals, those were amazing. Just such a great opportunity to get in person, to see people face to face. Some of these people we've been playing remote all season. It was awesome. We're going to do it again. We've got 4 regional locations set up, and then that will feed into our signature event of the year, the state championship at the University of Akron. It's been a long time in the making. 2 years we've been planning for it, and COVID hopefully will allow us this time to actually travel there and have the state championship in Akron. Super, super, super excited about that. So here's our regional lands that we're looking at for this spring season. In the Northwest, we'll be hosted by Ohio Northern University. Troy and his team up there is going to run that event with us. I'm super excited about that. We're going to the University of Mount Union for our Northeast regional finals. The Southwest is still to be determined. We have 2 venues in mind that are kind of vying back and forth to see who will lock that down. And then it looks like we're going to be staying at Game Arena for the Central Southeast. We think that region went very well. I heard that their milkshakes are the bomb. They sold a lot of those. I didn't get to eat one, but I'm salivating just thinking about it. So super excited to do lands once again for regionals and crown regional champions across 7 titles. It's going to be awesome. Then boom, our state finals. Esports Ohio State Finals is going to be hosted by the University of Akron. Like I said, 2 seasons or 2 years in the making. And I know Coach Karana is here with us, our tournament organizer and tournament director. I'm going to let him talk. Yep.
Yeah, thanks, Nick. Yeah, so I just want to again reiterate thanks to everyone who helped with regionals in the fall. It felt, amazing to get back into live in-person events again. I think we can all agree that esports is best run live and in person. It really it gives an extra layer to our kids, and I know my kids really had just a great time at it. So. Yeah, the state finals here. We have this is 2 years in the making that I've been talking with the University of Akron, trying to get this put together. We had a great plan a couple of years ago, and then obviously, COVID hit and everything got canceled. So we actually have even more now, I think, than we did 2 years ago, just based on the fact that we have more games in Esports Ohio. So I think it's going to be even a larger event. Okay. So some stuff I want to talk about are 40 plus competitors playing at once. So with regionals, we do 1 tournament at a time. But with the states, we want to maximize the amount of games played by the schools that will be attending. Okay. So since this is going to be a 2-day event, all teams qualify for both days. So you will obviously need to have some type of, housing or whatever that night to stay the night. But that means everyone plays day 2. How late you go into day 2 obviously depends on how successful you are. But it's 2 days worth of games nonstop. All right. So we're going to have 4 to 5 concurrent streams probably going at once, meaning we'll have multiple tournaments going at once. Okay. And I want to point this out because if you have a student on your team or program, maybe he's your star athlete, he's the star, baseball, football, etc. He plays everything and he's the star athlete. Well, he does that for your esports team. That could be an issue if you qualify multiple teams and he obviously cannot play 2 separate matches at the same time. Okay. So, we will do our best to schedule, around as, so one school isn't playing twice at the same time, but nothing is guaranteed at all when that comes. So I just want to be very upfront now about that because we do want to maximize, again, the amount of games played so we can crown who we think is 100% the very best team in the state. All right. I was trying to find statistics about other high school LAN tournaments, and really I could only find a few small events that have been hosted. I found stuff obviously that we've done. Some other organizations have hosted a couple events, but at this point, I have to think that this will be the largest LAN tournament, high school esports LAN tournament in the country. I don't think there's another organization that is larger than us that is actively hosting competitions. So I think I'm extremely proud of that fact. I think, again, here in Ohio, we've been kicking butt, really pushing esports to the next level. And that's a credit to all of you for being on board with us. Okay. And again, so this is going to be located in the University of Akron's Grand Ballroom. I put a little picture there for you. It's a large space, and now imagine that space filled up with, 200 spectators, 150 competitors, and all of us volunteers and coaches and all that fun stuff. So I get chills thinking about it, and I absolutely cannot wait. Again, this has been 2 years in the making that I wanted to see this happen. So I really can't wait. And unfortunately, I probably won't be there, but I hope you guys all have a great event. So, all right, thanks, Nick.
Thanks, Jeff. Wow. Jeff has been doing insane amounts of work to, align all these regional championships and LAN play, and can't thank him enough for the team he's put together and the events we've been able to hold already and will hold this season. It's going to be awesome. Super looking forward to it. Our eligibility checklist. Many of you have seen this paper. You've seen it a million times probably. Just to reiterate, we'll show you this piece of paper again. It is your 7-step holy grail of esports signups for Esports Ohio. These are your links for all your form uploads, for the membership application, for completing your certification to become an Esports Ohio coach, the video guides through signing up in UGC, uploading your student forms for competition, and then boom, you're here. You've made it to step 6, hopefully. If you're not, you can still get through this by tomorrow night, and then boom, using that full season schedule to check it out. There's a couple things in this sheet that I want to make notice of. It's one, your high school paperwork program form. It's number 5, and if you look through here, we've got some information of our coaches only, and we try and keep this in the Discord, but it will show which schools have filled out their program application. So it looks like Akron STEM. Look at that. Jeff, you're good. You've got your program membership form there, but the student forms are not in yet because I don't see it. And necessarily they will not line up. So just be careful to make sure that you're in each one of these columns and you're green and you're ready to go for the season. And one thing that I want to point out based on signups, the quickest and easiest way to make sure that you are in fact registered for the league in UGC, which is our tournament platform, is to go into your login for your team and simply click on the dashboard button right here. If you click on the dashboard button, you're going to scroll down past tournaments to see My Leagues. Okay? These leagues right here under My Leagues are the leagues that you're participating in. If your team is not in a league here, you will not be scheduled if they're not in here by tomorrow at midnight. So if you don't see a team in here, it means you're not registered, okay? Because once you register from the Esports Ohio community page, it will automatically populate in your page. And I know there has been a little bit of confusion in the Discord about levels. Spring 2022 up here, you'll see this is the high school level, okay? If you go down a little bit, you'll see there's a little bit of a separation here. The second grouping is open leagues for that separate opportunity of play, and then MS is your middle school section with a little bit different logo. If you need a level change or you have to drop or move, please try and get that rectified with us as soon as possible. UGC is still developing the leave league button, but they're working on that. In the meantime, we have to manually do that for you. So if you ping one of us in the Discord, we'll go in and make those appropriate changes for you if you made a boo-boo. So once again, in your UGC dashboard, underneath My Leagues, if your teams are not in here, then you are not participating in the league, or you will not be scheduled if you don't see them in here. Just an FYI. Cool. So that's the eligibility checklist. Discord, if you haven't joined our Discord, make sure that you do. Make sure that your captains are part of our Discord. We will get them tagged from UGC after signups are closed, and you've marked your captains. Make sure you do the agree command and get roles for a specific game. I wanted to show you that one more time because I know that can be confusing for a lot of folks, and it can be confusing for me from time to time too. So when you go into our Discord account, and you can see we've got some role help in here, you'll be taken to the rules page. You'll read through all of our rules, and you'll hit this agree command at the end. It's simply $agree, enter, and then that will get you registered as an Esports Ohio member. And once you do that, you'll be able to go to the get roles and the player roles. If you're a player, you can get a player role in here, and in the get roles position right here, you can click on the different titles that you want to see for your games. So Valorant, Smite, Chess, we've got them all in here. And once you click on one, it will open up a new channel for that specific game. So like Overwatch, for example, if you click on Overwatch Scrims, underneath that channel is where you can solicit to play a scrim with another coach. So that's the quick tutorial of Discord. We can get much deeper into that, but that's what you need to know to get started in Discord and how to make sure you're ready to rock. Scrimmaging procedures. Oh, I just showed you that. Get that role in the get roles and then go down to the scrims channel and you should be able to solicit a scrim. That's one way to do it. And there is a second way to where we have a scrim finder that is built into UGC. So you can actually get on after school, start a scrim pool finder through UGC, and be matched up with another school that you can compete against during the scrimmage. Either way is completely fine. Coach Rackley has a scrimmage procedure video that he did that is available on our Discord, and we can get you that as well. Match procedures. We know our match procedures. Every day the games begin by 4 p.m. Identify your opponent. That will all be in UGC. You'll be able to contact them through UGC. You'll see their contact information, their Discord. You can communicate to them in UGC or Discord. We recommend Discord because it's easier and all your captains are already in there. Plan to be 15 to 20 minutes early. And then we're actually asking both teams to report now. So I need to update this winning team only. We're asking both teams to report now. And yes, the scrimmaging tool has been fixed. So some quick tips for success. Avoid sharing those athletes with other sports if you can. I know some schools are small and it happens, but students do need to be dedicated. You need to make sure that they're going to show up and be consistent. You don't want to be the team that has to forfeit. Also, always make sure your computers are updated. Bake some cookies for your IT friends. Make sure that your filter and firewall is open for all the wonderful Super Smash Bros. Filtering rules that are out there. And make sure you have those printed out copies of all of our rule sets that are available on our website. Print those out, give them to each one of your players, give them impromptu quizzes on what those rule sets are so they know how to do character selection and map banning and procedures of the match, all that good stuff. And remember, UGC just changed this to where we can report both and it won't mess anything up. So you can do that as well now. And then identify your team captain, give them that leadership role, and make them part of the leadership for that team. A lot of you are coaching multiple titles. It's very hard to do that as an individual. So make sure you have your students take that leadership role and pick the appropriate students for that. It's very important when you choose your captain. Doesn't necessarily have to be the best the best player on the team. You want the player that is the best communicator, has the best leadership, and will promote a non-toxic environment for the rest of your team. And then boom, set up a stream to Twitch just like I'm doing with this. So you can review that footage later to improve, to share with parents, to get others involved in the shoutcasting, broadcasting, streaming aspect of your program. It's super awesome. Also, make sure your students have accounts. Everything is free besides Super Smash Bros. That's a console game. And then Overwatch is $15, but everything besides those are completely free to play now. Epic recently purchased Psyonix, And the Epic Game Store now has Rocket League for free, as well as Fortnite, which is awesome. School licenses, once again, must be tied to an email and game account in UGC. You'll know that. And if anybody needs help with purchase orders or that kind of thing, let us know. We found ways around that for school districts. Once again, like I said, have your students take ownership in the OBS and Twitch and live streaming aspect as well. So I know we're cruising through this because I want to respect your time. We got a couple more people to speak here yet. Your expectations that we have for you, for all of our coaches that make this league the best league we believe in the country, is because you guys set the tone. We've created this community because of our students. Everyone here is dedicated to students. So we're just asking for you to continue to do what you're doing, basically. Get that paperwork in. Help your players sign up in UGC. Be here at this meeting. Be active in Discord. Be ready for communication and to help other coaches. The amount of communication I'm seeing in our Discord server of people answering questions about how do I do tryouts, or how did you set up your lab, or wow, how did you get that to work? It's been so awesome to see. So continue to be an advocate for Esports Ohio, for educational esports, for using video games for positive educational change in students, and always push non-toxic esports. We all know that video games can be toxic in general in nature. So changing that should be part of our mission, and we're super excited to have all of you help us with that. And then we also do a pre and post season informational exit survey to kind of gauge, what kind of students we're reaching, and what kind of the good work that we're doing, so we can put that into data. So I know some of you are all over the place, so I just want to show some pictures of what's been shared on our Discord. There's all kinds of different levels of arenas, so don't think that you have to have an amazing arena, or what you have is not cool, or some of these are amazing, and some of these are just getting started out. Like, that's my first lab in the bottom left corner. We actually had to boot camp IMAX to play Overwatch because we didn't have any Windows PCs that could do it in the district. So we made it work. We pushed it together. Top left, you have a teacher that just used a TV card that's on their classroom. They got a Switch and they got a Super Smash Bros. Team going. Make it happen for your kids. It doesn't have to be fancy or extravagant. It's whatever you can go to get started and get kids in. So, I mean, you've got different kinds of levels all over the state. And these are all Ohio schools, by the way. This is a Career Tech Center up in Fremont. They've got some cool light effects in their lab. We've got Jeff over at Akron STEM. His lab has since even been upgraded. I need to change the slide, Jeff, because he's got a cool custom branded logo and LED lighting in his lab now. It's pretty awesome. And our Rockstar Milford Rocket League dynasty down in the Cincinnati area, I put them up against anybody. Put them up against anybody in Rocket League. So definitely sporting the hardware there. 3 trophies, not bad. And you can see Coach Stringer set up he hosted the Southwest regional finals down in Middletown, and he did such a fantastic job. So without further ado, we're going to move into some academic resources. We've got a tremendous amount coming to you this year that we've never had before. So we partnered with NASIF a couple of years ago and the PASS Foundation in Columbus to work on bridging the gap between the Ohio State academic standards as well as esports. And we've been very successful in doing that with our partnership. Some of us on the board went down to Columbus. Kevin from NASIF flew down, and we talked about building a educational pathway for students in esports as well. And if you want all of NASIF's resources, they're completely free. And we are a NASIF affiliate, and we totally love doing all their Scholastic challenges. Their Minecraft challenges have been amazing. Farmcraft. I've really enjoyed doing that educational piece with my students. Everything is free. Our partnership with PAST and them is called the Ohio Scholastic Esports League Collaborative. If you want more research-based education for esports, make sure you sign up and get your activation with NASIF today. It's free, and it's all learning-based esports. It's pretty cool. What I did with esports and NASIF is we built an 18-week semester course for grades 9 through 12 aligned to the Ohio State standards and technology. So if your school district wants to implement an ed tech elective based on Ohio State standards and tech, I've got a free 18-week esports course on our website. Just click on curriculum at the top, it's there. Passed also crosswalk the NASEF curriculum to the Ohio State standards in ELA. So now there's a 9 through 12 ELA esports flavored pathway for high school students, which is super awesome. So if you've got an esports kind of cool teacher who likes to do gaming with ELA, it's pretty awesome. We've got a full pathway because of NASEF and because of past crosswalking that's the Ohio State standards. So check that out. And without further ado, we have a super exciting guest and some amazing news to announce today. So I'm going to kick it off to our friends at Fair Chance Learning and Epic Games to talk about what's coming up.
Wicked. Thanks, Nick. So I'm on screen because I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for everybody who's tuning into Twitch and on this Zoom call. We're Fair Chance Learning, and in short, in a tweet, we work with forward-thinking, curious leaders along community and industry partners to scale learning skills and organizational impact through effective implementation and technology use. And so we are pumped that Nick, in his efforts around the Esports Ohio, has invited us to have this conversation with you. And we're pumped that all of you are tuning in and all of you who are committed to esports. We love NASEF. We love that you're committed to elevating learning experiences for all. And we think it's amazing. If you can go to the next slide. Are you driving this for us, Nick? So I'm Martha Jazz of Fair Chance Learning, FC Gaming, and I am tuning in from Canada, your friendly neighbor from the north. Hopefully you all feel that way still. And I have with us our esteemed colleague of Steve Isaacs from Epic Games. We're pumped that we're partnered with Epic Games and Steve in terms of offering career pathways for students. So when we think again about elevating learning experiences for all, we know that you're probably tuning in because you're trying to reach your students in new ways and build community amongst what's going on in the world, what's going on with the pandemic and what we're seeing over in Europe. And we're thrilled that you're here with us, or that we can join you. And huge shout out to Josh from Gravity Gaming, who actually introduced us to Nick and made us feel like that this was a place where, you know, coaching esports and priority for student learning was happening. This is the first collaboration that we've done with a state esports organization and with Epic Games. So thank you for having us, Nick, and thank you for the hard work that you're doing. Whoever has the new baby that's up to 3 a.m., hey, I got you. I can do songs, I can do storytelling, I make a great coffee. So I get that you may be up to 3 in the morning, but really happy to just hear about the work that you're doing and to showcase some ways that we maybe help you in terms of thinking about future skills and the ways that we're engaging our students. So I'm going to pass it over to Steve. If we go to the next slide to talk about Epic and the fantastic ways that Epic is supporting education and learning outcomes. So over to you, Steve.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for having us, Nick and Ohio Esports. Just a quick background. I am the education program manager at Epic now. I've been here for a year. My primary role and mission here is to help educators bring our tools into the classroom. We're really passionate about softening the learning curve and making our tools accessible, and making it easy for teachers to facilitate. But my background, I was a teacher for 28 years. So I just came out of the classroom. I was very involved in esports. I was the co-founder of Garden State Esports, and excited to see the growth of Ohio. I can't believe what you guys are up to. It's absolutely amazing to me and makes me even more excited to be spending time with you and thinking about how we could work together. I have a video I'll show in a second, but just, first and foremost, what I love about my job and my role is that Epic truly supports education, and to really prove that, all of our products are free or no charge. All of our resources come at no charge, and all of our training comes at absolutely no charge. So nowhere in any of this am I going to, be trying to sell you anything. But I do want to support your students and, really, help create the next generation of creators. And if you could go on, I think that the video, it's a 4-minute video, which gives you such a great overview of everything that we talk about when it comes to interactive 3D, much better than I could describe. It would take me much more than 4 minutes. So we'll play this video real quick, and then we'll chat a little bit about what we have to offer.
Hi, I'm Amanda, a community manager at Epic Games, and today we're talking about interactive 3D.
I'm not getting audio.
We're experiencing a major shift in the way we work and communicate. We've moved from text and images to video, and now to a world where interactive 3D content is the norm. We're going to explore the technology that powers interactive 3D content and the skills that will be important in this immersive new world. What do we mean by interactive 3D? What we're really talking about is the ability to interact with the digital world the same way you do with the real one. Playing a game like Fortnite on your phone or computer is an example of this. Or it could be a virtual reality or augmented reality experience where you need to use special glasses or hardware to view and take part. But interactive 3D is not just for entertainment. Now we can simulate the real world in a meaningful way. For example, doctors can practice surgery before ever touching a patient. And it's possible to not only simulate what a surgeon would see during the operation, but also how it should feel. Car designers can try out new designs more easily. Usually designers start with a full-size clay model of a new car, and that can cost a lot to produce and take weeks to make. Now they can try out and make changes to their designs in a virtual design space. And we can experience this in our everyday life too. Before you buy a new cool graphic tee, you can turn around a digital version and look at it from every angle, or even customize it with your own colors and designs. So how does this work? The technology that powers all of these experiences is called real-time rendering. This is how the Weather Channel creates realistic simulations of hurricanes and storms that the newscaster can interact with on screen. In a traditional 3D animation, the film you are watching is made up of a collection of static images that are rendered by a computer. Rendering is the process of converting a 3D model to a 2D image. Oftentimes, it can take a computer or a collection of computers days, weeks, or even months to render an entire film. To further complicate things, if an artist wants to make even the smallest change, the entire thing has to be re-rendered. With real-time graphics, the 3D computer-generated visuals that you see are rendered and displayed almost instantly, making it easy for a director to make changes to special effects instantly and collaborate on a virtual set with actors. A real-time engine is the software needed to create these immersive experiences. An Unreal Engine is an award-winning real-time engine. We call it an engine, but it's not like a car engine. It's actually computer software created with code. The creation process for interactive 3D involves bringing 3D models into a real-time engine where behaviors and intelligence can be applied. This can include lighting, materials, physics, AI or artificial intelligence, user interaction, audio, animation, VFX, cinematics, and more. The result is not a simple image, but a 3D world that you can explore and interact with. As you move around, your view of the world changes and you get to see different things, as though you've stepped inside a film. As the industry changes and we start to see interactive 3D everywhere, the demand for people to create these experiences is skyrocketing. Real-time 3D skills are in huge demand. In the future, everyone will be a creator. Want to be part of building this immersive new world? Get started with Unreal Online Learning for free today.
Awesome. And we could go to the next slide if you have it, Nick. Great. So everybody, I hope that resonated in terms of what skills we can get kids up to speed with. The fact that we can provide them with opportunities to use industry standard skills. The skills that kids will gain using Unreal Engine, Fortnite Creative, and Twinmotion are skills that are being used across so many different industries right now, and it's really exciting to see some of the programs that are popping up, and even in certain communities, and like in California, we're working with a group where they're training kids in school with these skills, and then it's opening up opportunities for apprenticeships with major companies out there in the film industry and stuff. So basically, we are offering a 35-hour professional development training, in addition to some other programs that Martha can mention, that we're doing with Fairchance as one of our training providers. But just to give you a little context on the 35-hour opportunity, it's a full intensive experience in all three tools, learning Unreal Engine, Twinmotion, and Fortnite Creative, so that you feel comfortable using our resources to bring these tools to your classroom. Completely open to any questions you might have. I believe we're going to try to set up at least one full cohort with Ohio Esports, in addition to some other projects that I know Martha has set up. So I don't know if you wanted to mention the Epic Saturdays.
Sure. Thanks, Steve. So if we can go to the next slide, Nick. So what we understand is that as esport coaches, you have a lot on your plate, but you also realize the ways that esports engage your students and ultimately learn to better or lead to better student outcomes. So, the scholastic esports side of things is something that we're deeply interested in. That's why we love that you're the NASEB affiliate for Ohio. And we see that this is a way to enhance career pathways for the students that you're reaching through your esport programs. So we would encourage you to try a Saturday, an Epic Saturday, to learn to teach with interactive 3D, because we know that you have the mindset, we know that you have the technology, we know that you have the student population who are looking for things that are different, creative, alternative to the traditional models of education that really reach out into industry certification and industry experience that matters to them now. So we would encourage you to look at these Saturdays. If you go to the next slide, please, Nick, you're the amazing Vanna White, perhaps. But if you want to register for two opportunities, so Steve really talked about the accelerator program, which is the 35-hour in-depth program where you can understand the potential, where you can really master what the Epic Suite is in terms of embedding job-ready skills and the future of work as it relates to Twinmotion, Fortnite Creative, and Unreal Engine. That is something that we can come and customize to your district. We can work with 25 educators to deliver awesomeness over a course of 35 hours, 5 days, in person, online, whatever fits your needs. If that's something that you want to deliver, then you go to epic@fairchancelearning.com. We start a conversation and we make it happen. If you want to dip your toe in what this 3D animation and real world application is, that's what our Epic Saturdays are started for. And you can go to fairchancelearning.com/epic. No matter what you do, please know that Esports Ohio is with you all the way to make sure that this is something that's relevant for Ohio and the work that you're doing. And we just want to applaud you again for taking the time on a Thursday night, spending it with us and thinking about the new ways in which you can engage your students in meaningful learning outcomes. So thank you for that. Thank you, Nick, for having us here, and we look forward to continuing the conversation with all of you. Sign up, get in touch, tweet us out. We love to connect, and we'd love to see you face to face or online soon. Over to you, Nick.
Thank you so much. Wow, that is tremendous. We're super excited for this. I know that I'm going to try and get involved and learn these tools to bring back to my kids too. So I have already actually crafted 2 of the weeks of that 18-week curriculum are in Twinmotion. and doing digital storytelling using 3D architecture. So if you have
That's
never,
what I like to hear.
if you've never heard of Twin Motion, holy crap, check it out. It's like literally point and click 3D rendering. It's sick. It's amazing.
I'm with you, Nick. 100%. It's mind blowing.
Definitely. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hang out on chat if there's any other questions that come up. We'll get you everything over. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Nick, and thanks, everybody.
Some additional spring partners that we've got to wrap up our meeting. UGC, they've been amazing. Most of you know JPAC by name, Jeremy, the amazing developer who's helped create our tournament platform and a lot of the Scholastic area tournament platforms. They've been awesome. They're a big partner of ours. Gloop Academy, if you have not checked this out yet, they've got a completely free esports training platform. They're one of our partners this year. They make esports easy to train for. It works on any device. All you need is a Chromebook and an internet connection, or any device at all. They've got aim trainers, they've got skill reflexes, they've got driving simulators. It is free. You can set up teams in there. It's a great bell ringer to get started in esports, to get some of the skill sets sharpened. It's awesome. So check it out. Create your free account and see if it's something that you want to dig deeper into. Gavin and the team over at Gloop are doing amazing things, very education focused. Our premier sponsor for this spring season of making the Akron State Championship happen is our Ohio Army National Guard. They're a superstar sponsor and an awesome group for us. Diane Farrow and Josh Moeller are working with us directly. They can get you hooked up with your area rep. They can bring you out your esports banner. They'll work with you on your programs if you need help coaching specific titles. And they also print out a nice, I think it's like a 4x6 canvas banner for your esports arena at your school. So if you're down for meeting with the Guard and having them come out and help you with your program, make sure that you reach out to them, or I can get you in touch with your rep in your area. They have an esports gaming trailer that's available for deployment to your school, for events, or to host. It's super cool. It's been to my high school. They are going on as their second year as our exclusive military sponsor. They run and operate at the state level just like we do. So they kind of mirror our structure organizational wise, and they've been super helpful for everything. Oh, look at that. See, people already have their banners. I haven't gotten mine yet, so I need to reach out to my point of contact. There's the Perrysburg State Champion Super Smash Bros. Team from the fall. They also print out banners for state championship teams that are available. So make sure you get that from the Guard if they have not already. And there's a flyer up here in our slide deck that you can get to get more information about who to get in touch and about our sponsorship and how they partner with us. So definitely check the Guard out. Super awesome supporters of Esports Ohio. And here's the crew, the people that kind of make it happen. Myself, Rackley, our esteemed league manager, Jeff Caron, our tournament director, Jacob Gabers, league operations and Northwest tournament sponsor, Joe Springer is down in South Ohio, Southwest, Middletown High School. He ran the Southwest Regional this year. He's been doing awesome stuff, building out our presence in Southwest Ohio. Chris McClellan taking on all kinds of stuff with the middle school pilot and overall busybody, adding 4 titles in one season. He's crazy. We love him. And then Jalen Kalick and Nate Meeker are on our higher ed board at Tiffin University and the University of Akron. We also have awesome region heads. Everyone besides Jesse has already been mentioned. Jesse is running our Central and Southeast region down in Columbus and Gain Arena. She has been fantastic in running some great events down there. We're excited for the next one this spring. And we also have tons of committee members that help everything out. If you have a question that's game specific over any of those games, these are your game gurus. They have the game content knowledge. They know the rule sets, and they can help you out, whether it be onboarding, Overwatch, Smash, any of the titles, scheduling with Jake. Ping these guys, check them out. They're all lurking in the Discord. There's some names to put with some Discord IDs or faces with Discord IDs. Some committees that still need help. There's all kinds of them. Coach Rackley is always soliciting more help to help run the leagues, to do onboarding, to do streaming, to help with the new game titles and the committees and developing rule sets and dealing with toxicity issues. And then also we need some more support in our regions. You know, regional lands take a lot of work. Ask any of our region heads that have helped man up those. So if you're excited and can help out in a region, please ping them in the region in that Discord if you want to help out, and we will definitely use your help. And then our upcoming events, we're looking to do weekly broadcasts of all of our games this year and celebrate the UGC clips of the week in our highlights section of UGC. And then we're going to broadcast those on our Twitch page like we're doing now with this meeting. And then we look forward to our regional finals that will be hosted at those 4 locations, 3 and 1, 2 to be determined on May 14th and 15th. And then our state championship at the University of Akron, which is in mid-June, the 18th and 19th 2-day event to celebrate the awesomeness. If you have not already done the mandatory attendance survey, please do that to get credit for your meeting here. Answer the questions to the best of your ability. I know you won't know precisely all the information, but just give your best foot forward on that. We'll get you marked off for being here tonight. All of our resources, hyperlinks in this tournament, they're available on our website as well. How to stay up to date, make sure you're in our Discord. Make sure you're following us on Twitter and Facebook. We post everything on Twitter, sometimes before even the Discord. But Discord is number 1, Twitter's number 2, Facebook's number 3. Our website's got all our resources, and our mailing list also goes out occasionally. We don't ping you too bad with that. So we are going to open it up for a ton of questions. We made it through 66 slides in an hour and 8 minutes. We did pretty good. I'm pretty excited about this. I'm more excited about the opportunities we're going to create for kids this season. I can't wait to kick this off, make this happen, and do this up the biggest it's already been. So we've already added 100 competitive teams to what we had in the fall season. So we're over 500 teams now for the spring. So it's a testament to how good of experience this is for the kids around the state. You guys have made this happen. So I want to say thank you to everyone for creating these opportunities for kids. We do now have a salary survey that we found for stipends across the state. I'm happy to report that out of the 86 coaches that responded to the survey, nearly 65% of our coaches are now receiving a recognized stipend for their program, which is a big win for the state. So if you need comparable numbers for your region in the state, we're happy to provide those to you for your school boards and your superintendents. So we've got tons of information for you on that. So everything we need is on UGC, Discord, and our website. Remember, underneath our high school page, these are your 3 documents to live and die by: eligibility checklist, schedule, and then games and days right here. So make sure you get everything in by tomorrow by midnight. Ping one of us if you have questions. All of us will be hanging out in the general chat of Coach's channel after this, and we will answer your questions tonight. And we will get you all tagged as coaches. We will get you as much information as we can, and I'll be hanging out for a while. I'm sure Coach Rackley will, and a lot of our board tonight. So I want to thank you so much for making Esports Ohio happen. Plug us to your area schools. There's nothing better than beating a rival in a competitive esport. Look at our map. It's blowing up. We've got over 200 schools on it now that have developed and started programs. We still got some more work to do. There's some space in there, but it's filling up. We're getting better. We're getting closer. We now have 1 in 5 schools in the state of Ohio has an esports program that competes with us. So 1 in 5. It's incredible. We're getting there. We're gonna be in every school probably in the next 3 to 5 years. So we'll keep on keeping on, keep presenting these ideas and creating opportunities for kids. My heart is full. So appreciate everyone. Hang out if you want. We're going to shut down the stream and we're going to head back to the Discord and coaches only to answer some questions. So thank you everybody for being here tonight, and let's go ESO.